Candlesticks were household essentials. They often had shiny flanges to reflect the light of the flame and throw the glow farther. Necessity may have been the reason for their invention, but candlesticks soon evolved into a thing of beauty. With their elegant curves, these pewter candlesticks add a touch of class to any decor. Top them off with lit candles and the ambience improves, which is why people still use candlesticks to both decorate and illuminate. This candlestick starts with a flat pewter disc. The worker stamps the company insignia onto it. He loads the stamped disc onto a lathe against a flared form known as the chuck, a kind of template for the base of the candlestick. He rubs a wax-like lubricant onto the pewter to reduce friction while he works the metal as it spins very fast on the lathe. He exerts a fair amount of pressure with a finger-shaped tool to make the pewter conform to the shape of the chuck. This process is called spinning. It takes a series of passes with the tool to transform the flat disc into the basic shape of a candlestick base. He trims the bottom to make the part perfectly level. Now, with a wooden dowel, he rolls the bottom of the candlestick base to make it more substantial. The base now complete, he sets it aside. He works a smaller pewter disc against a different chuck to shape the candlestick top, which is called the babèche. He flares the babèche, creating a flange to reflect candlelight and catch wax drippings. Using the chuck pictured on the left, he's produced a stylish candlestick top. To make the candlestick post, the next worker melts pewter and skims off the impurities. He pours the molten pewter into a mold and it solidifies quickly. He drains the remaining liquid pewter and opens the mold, revealing a hollow post that matches the top and base of the candlestick. Pewter has also hardened in the channel through which it was poured. This extra material, called sprue, will be removed later. Over at the next station, a worker removes a seam-like ridge created where the parts of the mold came together. He scrapes and files the ridge to even the surface. On the left, you can see the candlestick post before the ridge removal, and this is the part afterward. Another worker now slices off the sprue ends with a bandsaw, leaving the post design intact. The pewter sprues will be remelted and reused. Next, the worker clamps the post into position, and a paddle drill bores into one end and then the other. It slopes the lip of the casting inward, creating a chamfered edge that will connect neatly to the candlestick top and base. He slides a rod through the casting to better grip the part as he presses it against a fine grit sand belt. The sanding process removes scuffs and scrapes, and the result is satiny smooth. Now it's time for this pewter candlestick to come together. He places the post on the candlestick top and solders them together. The tin alloy solder wire melts and acts like hot glue to bond the two parts. He moves the candlestick base into position. He dips the open end of the cast post into a flux substance to prepare the surface and transfers it to the base. As he solders the two, he taps the post with a torch to realign it when it slips a bit. Then he continues soldering. He now dips the completed candlestick in soapy water. This removes flux residue and hardens the solder bond. For a highly polished finish, he presses the candlestick against a spinning cotton wheel that rubs a special compound onto it. It's a shinier alternative to the satin pewter candlestick, and the effect is similar to silver. When it comes to candlesticks, two are always better than one. So it's time to pair them up. Together, they'll really shine.